Have much money, and I was pretty upfront about that when I took control here. Dane had generously paid out of his own pocket for these nuggets we had, so we reimbursed him with our first meeting. But anyway, we started, I made a few notes last night. Beginning of the year, we were a few $100s in the hole, but we paid the debt that we owed to Dane for generously buying the gold nuggets. As I said when I took the job in January, I want the club to be fiscally on solid ground. So we started having drawings. We added the fire tower. We added the giant 50-50 drawing that we've been paying into for months now. And plus, we've had a huge increase in the number of new members this year, and I really I don't know exactly how many new members we have. I asked Barbara, and she said at the last meeting we had 11 new members. The meeting before that we had 11 new members. So I would imagine we probably had 30 or 40 new members this year, which is critical to keeping the club going. So I appreciate everybody who spread the word about us, and I'd appreciate it if you tell everybody you know that has an interest, come up and come out with us. One thing Carl and I did this summer, we went up to Augusta and we worked with the kids from the Augusta Recreational Department. We took a bunch of, I think they were 10-year-olds out canning and had a great time. Rosie donated gold for each of the kids. We gave each kid a bottle with gold in it. And Carl was able to get sluices from Dream Mat, adventure sluices. So we gave each kid a sluice. And so these kids were psyched. They were excited to get everything. And the way I look at it, if out of those 10 kids, 2 of them become gold prospectors, we did our job. So if anybody in any of your towns that you're from has a recreational department and you'd like us to come up and meet with kids and just do our thing with the panty tubs and gold nuggets and we'll amaze them, we're happy to do that. We need to spread the word. I've been doing a lot of online podcasts about gold prospecting, and I'm probably the least technological person you're ever going to meet in your life, so it's been an adventure going through that. I also started a web page called Gold Clubs Across America, because what I'm trying to do is get gold clubs to talk to each other so we can give each other advice. Maybe they have ideas we've never heard of. Right. I'm really disappointed. I mean, there's probably over 100 followers of the page already, and it's been up for a week and a half. But very few gold clubs exist. Oh, wow. And if you look at California and what happened to that state, they weren't organized. Everybody was out doing their own thing with their dredges and their high bankers, and it got banned because they weren't organized. And when I was on the podcast, I told the guy, it's critical that clubs are formed and they're involved in politics because you've got to know what's going on. We've testified at the State House before because Trout Unlimited wanted to shut us down. We were able to stop that, and I think it's critical that every prospector be involved. An old man told me 40, 50 years ago, he said, Wayne, they'll ban anything that doesn't affect their life. And I never thought about it, but he was absolutely right. If somebody says we shouldn't do this, and you don't do it anyway, you'll go, yeah, you're probably right, we shouldn't do that. Well, most people don't know anything about prospecting or panning or trout fishing. And so it's up to us to educate the public. So we do, like St. Joseph's College used to have a rock show. I think they've moved that down to Portland now. But we do that for free. We put up a panning station at their rock show, and the kids come over and steal gold from us. And it's pretty thick. But anything you guys can think of to spread the word, we're happy to go out and do it. Now, last year I said I'm going to do this for 1 year, and I'm a man of my word. I meant that seriously. And I really enjoy doing this, though. You guys are like my family. And so what I said this year, Carl came up and he was nice enough to offer this. We got Dane with all his experience. We got Becky, and we got Barbara. We don't tell many people that. But anyway,
and Lou, whatever.
You never mentioned me.
Have we met? No.
Was it good for you?
Love you long time. Anyway, as I said at the beginning of the year, we didn't have any money, and it was critical that we made money. So this year, we've not only made money, we've made more than I thought we would.
Yeah.
Gold is now up to 27.40 or 50 an ounce. It's gonna keep going up. And it's critical that we buy the gold now for next year. As of this morning, we had $4,000 in the bank, and that's after paying for the haul for next year. I already have the gold for all the outings next year and all the meetings next year. But what we need to concentrate now on is gold for our final meeting. Because what we have here today, each one of those Ziploc bags has a half a gram of gold in it. 6 of those bags have a full gram of gold in it. And so that's a whole ounce of gold laying there. So we need to buy another ounce of gold to do this again next year. And then you look at the nuggets, and the nuggets are gorgeous. Nuggets aren't cheap, nuggets come with a premium. So I was looking at them last night, and right now spot on gold is almost $90 a gram. So if you buy a 2-gram nugget, that's $180, but then they bump it 20% because it's a nugget. So you're talking $240 for a 2-gram nugget. So this year, in these drawings, we have some seriously big nuggets that are well over 2 grams. So one thing we need to all discuss is, do we want to get big nuggets, or do we want a multitude of 2-grammers, 3-grammers? That's something we need to talk about, and you guys need to think over. I'll put a post up on the page that's going to be a poll. You can vote on it. And you guys get on the Facebook page. In the next week or so, we'll know, except Dale, he's never on the internet. Anyway, in the next week or so, if you all vote, we'll have an idea what the club wants to do. Like I said, we could stand up here all day, and if these seats are empty, what are we doing? So you guys are the club, not me, not any of us sitting up here. We just have to, be pigs for punishment. But anyway, so we need to talk about that, because gold is going up so fast, and we want to continue to give out these type of prizes. One thing we really need to take a look at is the membership fee. It's been $10 forever, 25 years. Has anything gone up in 25 years in price? Anything? Think about it. I'm thinking we need to bump it. And because when you join up for your $10, it's not just for you, it's your wife, it's your kids, it's your friends, it's your family, it's hitchhikers, anybody you want to bring, you can bring. And I really think next year we ought to think about going to $20.
I agree.
But that's just me, because gold is going up, and we want to continue to give these prizes away.
Price of gold, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if gold drops, back down to real world prices, then we can consider going back to $10. But I just want to make sure that when I'm dead and buried, this club is continued. And as long as we have Dane to take pictures with, Dane is available today for selfies. So just in case, $5 a whack. He's discounted it for this last meeting.
Pretty cheap.
My question is, I got a picture of him.
These are the kind of things you don't get at other clubs. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, we need to decide for the gold for the year. Do you want fine gold? Do you want flakes? Do you want pickers? Because you can buy gold anyway. I mean, if I tell the guys I deal with in Alaska, we want only flakes, they'll get us only flakes. So that's something to think about. And I printed this one, and this one was on the wrong font. Okay, so I've touched on kids gold panning, St. Joseph's, Augusta. Oh, we're doing a TV interview, and it'll probably be in February. And a guy from Channel 8 contacted Rosie at Coos Canyon Gift Shop, and she called me and Dane. And anyway, he wants to do an interview on gold prospecting in Maine. And Rosie's all into it because it helps her business, of course. And so we're going to do some sort of an interview about gold prospecting. I don't know what it is. It'll be on Channel 8, but I don't know when it's going to happen. Let's see. Share the club with your friends on Facebook. Just say, hey, I like to go out and prospect. If you ever want to learn about our club, here's the page. Give them the link. You'd be surprised. Some people that have never prospected before really would like to try it. We're also thinking about talking about leasing or a claim in Maine. I've been doing a lot of research on mineral rights in Maine, property owners in Maine. And if a property owner owns a mineral right, they can certainly lease out their stream to our club. And so I'm gonna be approaching a number of people, landowners, and anybody who lives up north in good gold country. If you know a landowner, let's talk. Let's see if we can set something up that'll be exclusive to Central Maine Gold Prospectors. The other thing, streams for next year. I have a couple streams that I go to that are a little bit off the beaten path, and they do have parking available. One is Nash Stream, and that's between Eustis and Rangeley. It's a good stream, and it's a little bit of a haul in from the main road to get to the stream, but it is a good stream and plenty of parking. It's owned by a company out of Vermont that I'm talking to. I was also contacted by Brian Wilder from, what's it called, Under Ice Gold, Frozen Gold, I don't know. They dive under the ice in Nome and dredge. He owns 650 acres in Maine, and he's offered for us to use it. And so he's gonna be getting in touch with me. They're putting a road into his property. He said it's been tested and they found gold, but he doesn't really know how much yet. But I thanked him for that opportunity. I also have another family that's bought 200 or 300 acres in Maine that Dane and I are gonna meet with and try to secure that for the future. Yeah.
No.
Do you have contact information for warehouses?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's right.
The only place I've gotten my permit from Weyerhaeuser up in Bingham, I think.
Yeah.
They don't have,
Yeah.
they don't have
If
any,
you're handy to that location, go in and talk to them for us. Yeah.
they don't have them anymore, they don't do it.
Oh, they don't do them anymore? Okay.
You just can't do any motorized.
Okay, but you can pan or
You can
sluice
pin, sluice.
without a permit. Cool. But like I said, if you know any large landowners and even somebody that owns 100 acres, you know, if they've got a stream running through it, the old adage is if you take a map of Maine, you draw a line from Rumford to Jackman, anything north of that, you're gonna find gold on. And it's pretty much what I do. And it works, and the gold is on those streams. I find a lot of streams that nobody goes to. You know, I'm surprised they even see me there. And find gold. So it's out there. It's just a matter of stopping at every stream you drive by and test panning it, and you might be surprised. So you might end up like a nugget that Bill has in his pocket. 42 grams of gold, one nugget. That ain't bad.
Wow.
So it's a corpser. He's got it right with him.
Wow.
So.
Why he's
Probably touched
limping.
it under his toe.
I have it surgically attached to my arm. You got anything, Dave?
You know, since the next meeting is January, you
Right.
think we could vote now about the fee, so when we start off
Yeah.
January?
You guys okay with $20 for a membership?
Yeah.
Any dissension? Okay, looks like that's it then.
Great.
That works for me. Like I said, I'm gonna put a poll up on the gold, because we're gonna buy it soon, because gold is not gonna go down. And, at least this way, for this year, like I said, I'm only gonna do this 1 year, and the year is almost over. I enjoy this, I really enjoy this. So what I'd like to do is, I'd like to still run the indoor meetings.
I take
Yeah.
a vote, Wayne for president.
And-
Do it now.
Celtics. Anyway.
Wayne!
No.
Permission to beat her up.
Wayne!
Please do. Anyway, so
Come on,
our
come
thoughts
on, Wayne.
was, I'm getting old, I'm almost 73. So I wanna get out there and dig
new
some more
young.
before I assume room temperature. So Carl has offered to run the outdoor meetings, to, do all the drawings and all that, so the old man can be down on the stream digging for a change. I only got out once this year, which sucks, but I did go to Alaska. So anyway, that's our plan for next year. We got Dane, he's my president for life, forever. I got that tattoo, let me show it. No, never mind.
I've seen it.
Anyway, so you guys ready to start getting some prizes?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.